Hello, and welcome back to the adventure. I think that my body told me what this week's adventure was going to be, and I think it basically picked it out for me. This is Three Friends Park, and there is a, 50 or 75 foot tall hill here that's made up of the material that was carved out of the canals around this residential neighborhood. And now there's a winding spiral path that leads up to it. I'm not taking the winding spiral path. I'm going to take the path directly up the hill, the hardest way, the most direct and straight path up it. And I'm going to try to do it 5 times. I guess I'm probably going to get out of breath a little bit in this video. But that's okay, because I'm out at a park surrounded by green spaces. I'm receiving serotonin, wiping out the stress-producing chemicals in my mind. But this week, I was up on my roof with a leaf blower. By the way, if you ever need to clear out your gutters, a leaf blower is the way to go. Pro tip, leaf blower. Don't get up there with a shovel or a scoop and try and scoop out the muck. Just get up above it and hit it with the leaf blower. But I was walking up and down the roof, and as I was walking up and down the pitch of the roof, I noticed there was like leaves in like the valleys where the roof comes together, and a few other places. And I was walking up and down the roof. I got that job done, and boy, the next day my legs were a little sore. Imagine that, from just walking up and down the roof a few times. Here, let me show you the peak of the hill as I come over it here. It's kind of nice up here. There's a few park benches with a little view. It's named after 3 friends who used to come up here and hang out, watch the sunsets. I believe that the friends died in a plane crash. Not to be a downer, but I think that the 3 friends died in a plane crash, and their families had this park dedicated and named after them. There used to be a plaque over here, but I think it's been moved or removed or something. It told you the nature of the park and the people. Well, all right, let me get back to my adventure. As I look out over the Everglades, it's about an hour before sunset, and it's very peaceful and quiet up here. The only thing I really hear is the beeping of a garbage truck as it does its work down there in the suburbs somewhere. So let me head back down the hill. We'll call this trip up the hill number 1. So as you can imagine, after walking up and down that roof several times, my legs were sore the next day. In an interesting spot, like not in my calves or my shins or my thighs. It was like on a weird outside of my leg kind of spot that was sore. And obviously I knew what was going on, right? It's muscles you don't use very often, so they had been used and they were sore. And I was thinking, if there was some way I could exercise those muscles a little bit more often, then that would be good, right? Obviously I found some muscles that didn't get any use during my normal Florida Flatlander hikes, because we don't have any hills other than things like this man-made artificial hill here. So I thought, there's this 3 Friends Hill over here. Why don't I go over to 3 Friends Hill and walk up and down it 10 times? That'll get those muscles working. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe we should just aim for 5 times the first time, right? All right, so I'm back down at the sidewalk. So we'll count this as 1 completed loop, right? So now we're going back up. And if I can't make it 5 times, if I do 2.5 or 3 times and I'm pooped and I can't do it, I'll let you know. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you the truth. Then I just have to start coming back here, you know, what, like 2 times a week or something? And do this uphill hike a few times in a row. By the way, I'm fully aware that action cameras with their extreme wide angle lenses, like the one you're inside of right now, they never show hills correctly. I bet this looks like a flat road right here, but this is probably 15 feet above me on that side and 15 feet below me down there. So, all right, let's make it on up the pathway here. So if I can't make it up 5 times, like I've decided I'm doing today, I'll tell you. Feeling okay here. All right, 10 more feet on ascent number 2. So this is good. This will make a good screen shot, right? This will make a good thumbnail, right? Okay, back down. Definitely more out of breath from this second ascent than I was the first ascent. Apologize for shaking you all over the place. I'm holding a camera on a selfie stick, walking down a steep hill. What is this? The DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Counting on it to do the stabilizing. We'll see. All right, back to the little path road, which in my mind, that represents halfway up, halfway down. See all these white flowers in this field, these wildflowers? Bees like them. I don't know what they're really called. We call them Florida snow. They come out and they're just weeds / wildflowers. I don't know, we just call them Florida snow because they kind of cover your yard, any field around. Okay, we're at the bottom, descent number 2. Let's go back up. Let's try number 3. See if we can make number 3. By the way, if I have a heart attack on this walk up and down, I'm counting on you guys to call 911 because there ain't nobody else around here. I can hear some kids playing at a playground. There is a elementary school pretty close by, and there's a pretty nice park over that way, but I'm not hearing that. That's that 3 parks combined into 1 park. Did a video about that one time. The combo park, 3 parks in 1. Boy, it's hard to do the walk up the hill, but it feels so nice to be outside in green spaces. How many times have I told you that the only thing you have to do that nature wants is for you to show up? Well, I showed up, but you don't have to walk up a hill and down 5 times. You just got to show up. And then nature takes care of the rest. All of the healing, both mental, physical, and spiritual, all happens just as a result of being out in nature. Okay, ascent number 3. That's ascent number 3 completed. Let's go back down and do descent number 3. Whew. I'm not feeling it in the legs right now. I'm feeling it mainly in the lungs because I don't do this all the time. But I'm going to start doing this. I think I'm going to start doing this a couple times a week. At least that's the current plan. We'll see how I feel in a couple days. I know my legs are going to feel shot. 2 days from now, probably not going to be able to walk. No, that's an exaggeration. Be able to walk, but I'm going to be feeling it. Just like I did after I was up on the roof. So that's an interesting lesson, interesting takeaway for us, which is sometimes our body and sometimes just nature itself tells us what the adventure should be. Am I really having an adventure surrounded by houses and residential? Yes, it's an adventure because I'm doing something new. I'm doing something different. Okay, this is descent number 3 complete. Let's try ascent number 4. Come on, we can do it. I'm glad I said only 5 instead of 10. I don't know what I was thinking when I said 10. That was nonsense. I'm glad I changed that to 5. If I just walked around the spiral path to the top, it'd be a lot less steep, but it'd also be a lot longer, a lot further walk. And it'd be also a lot easier if I wasn't talking so much. You're not really supposed to talk when you're hiking up hills and down hills, right? But it'd be awful boring for you if I did nothing but just film quietly and all you heard was panting. If you just heard nothing but panting, that'd be no fun. Ascent number 4, and now my legs are feeling it. Should I have water right now? Why not? Let's take a little break. I'm gonna put you down and have my part of my bottle of water that I brought. Okay, back down the hill. All right, so I'm curious, what kind of little adventure could you contrive for something in your neighborhood or within walking distance to go out on, like in the middle of the week or something, you know? Okay, that's descent number 4 complete. This is our final ascent. We're gonna make it on up the hill. Ascent number 5, here we go. So let me know in the comments, what kind of adventure are you thinking of as you're watching me do this? What's going through your mind as some little trail or park or path that's easy to get to, that you could get out and call it an adventure even in the middle of the week? You got something? You're thinking of something? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious because you guys may give me some ideas. You guys may help me think of something I never thought of, right? So that'd be pretty cool. Okay, here's the halfway point at the trail. One last little push. Here's one last little look up the hill so you see what it looks like. This can't be much, 30 feet. Oh boy, my legs are gonna be dying in 2 to 3 days. Oh. This is Tuesday, so Thursday, Friday, I'll be wondering what was I thinking? So that's ascent number 5 done. We just got to get back down. Think we can make it? Of course we can. Goodbye, Three Friends Park. Let's go down for a descent number 5. The final descent. It's the final walk down. Sorry, little finch. Hello, Finchy. You're cute. Little Finchy bird. Little Atticus finch. All right, well, this has been real and this has been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. But I got that sense of accomplishment that you get when you finish something difficult and you're sort of glad that you did it only because it was mildly difficult. You know the feeling. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Now I just got to walk back home, which is not far. Hey, thanks for coming along. Remember, we're all gonna make it. You got this. Remember that whatever you're going through, we're all going through something together. We're all here for each other. If you like this channel, I do a live stream on Wednesday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here. So I'd love to see you show up and have a chat. Let us know what you're up to. All right. This has been me live, not really live, but live from Three Friends Park in Coral Springs. Live will be Wednesday nights, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. And I will see you later.